This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Today we're going to be taking a look at something very, very special, and I got to dig out one of my older characters. I don't have it, but next week I will, and I think I'm going to try to do a bit of a playthrough of this. Now, I want to talk about today about Martin Knight's seventh book, D100, the Rune Forge. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I should know it because I've read through this already. Of course, this is a digital copy of it, but I'm waiting for the book to come in. But I wanted to show you guys this because I'm going to be honest with you, okay? For years, I've always bounced back and forth about how I feel about this game, D100 Dungeon and 4 Against Darkness. And I want to talk more about this on the other side of the video, but right now we're going to go down. I want to show you a few things, okay, and explain a few things to you, show you how this works a little bit, and the things that you can work with, use to work with it, and the other things that you don't need to work with it, okay? But this is something, again, really something special. We'll talk about it on the other side. Let's go down, flip a few pages. I don't want to ruin anything because there is a lot of story here, and wow, what a masterpiece. Let's go down and check it out. I'll see you after we check it out. I'll see you on the other side to talk about it. So here we have it. This is the printed version, and you know, of course, beautifully illustrated. Look at that cover. I mean, geez, it's book 7. Book 7, amazing. And I've got to experience all this. I'm going to go through a few things here and just show you a few things. You can go get the mapping game part of this, which is also very, very cool. It's a print-to-play thing. The game sheet, the tracker, you know, all the spell cards. And I suggest it because it's really a great thing here to do. And I want to thank Martin for putting me in here, saying, hey, you know, Rob Tabletop World, he wanted to thank me. And, of course, my good friend Josh McGuire, who I've yet to contact. We've been in kind of correspondence. I want to get with him. And, of course, the lovely Deborah, who is, of course, Geek Gamers, and just one of my favorite people of all time. Everything broken down perfectly as you could ever expect to be done by anything that he does. Now, here's the part that I want to talk about, okay, that I want to make sure that you understand. There's going to be some adjustments if you decide to use the monster cards and the mapping game. You're going to take out a bunch of different tiles and put those in the game box. You're not going to need them. You're going to take certain cards, use them as well, okay, and you're going to want to use certain maps, and there's going to be certain dragon return monsters and so forth and so on that you're going to want. But they're going to, he has an example that he's changed kind of the format here of how you see how a monster works. So how does this work? It isn't where you randomly make a dungeon. This is going to be a dungeon that you are going to go through, and I'm only going to show you a little bit of this, and then we're going to go up top because I want you to see it played through, because I don't want to ruin what is a fantastic experience here, okay? So what you're going to do in your turns, they're going to be kind of the normal sequence, okay? Time track and exits. But what's going to happen is when you come up on a page, there is going to be a couple of things here. You're going to have one, if there's a door symbol, well, you're going to have to go to the chart and try to open that door. You're going to be rolling. Exit arrows, okay, like right here. That is your exit, okay? So if you don't have the mapping game, you're going to pull out the tile that you might need if you are going to use the mapping game, excuse me. But for the most part, I always suggest you go get yourself plenty of this. Go down to a Hobby Lobby or, you know, a Staples or whatever the heck, and get yourself a nice big pad of grid paper. Get yourself some pencils and draw it yourself. Or if you have the mapping game, hey, it just makes it a lot easier when you're doing all this. Now, number 3, there's going to be information here. There's going to be certain paragraphs that you are going to be told to go to as you go into each one of these rooms. Okay, and then you're going to have to use exits and stuff like that, and you're going to have a response here, and I hope I can show this. Secret passages, you don't have to worry about rolling for those. If you do somehow roll for one, there are no secret passages. Everything that is part of the story. So you're going to be going through, and you're going to be asked, like over here, well, you're going to want to go to paragraph 5, okay? And you're going to want to go to that paragraph and do whatever it says, okay? And again, there's going to be certain things that are persistence, red and green map diagrams for geographic things that are going to be there, so you're not going to have to roll on a lot of things. And there's just a lot of little changes that you're going to see along the way. So your adventure after page 13 starts, and there is just so much here. It goes up to page 71. So there is a lot of content here. And I'm just going to turn this very quickly because I want you to see something, and I don't want to give anything away, but you have this beautiful story that's handwritten, which I can never dream of writing anything like this, and yet Martin does, and he continues to have the imagination. The things that you're going to run into that are going to begin, and then your turn 1 of your adventure is going to begin. And like I said, you are going to draw this tile. This is your beginning tile, and this is where you are going to start, and all the stuff is going to be in here that you need. If you have a map card, it's going to tell you which map card, or it's going to just tell you, hey, draw that on your paper and then go to paragraph whatever, and then deal whatever doors here. I don't want to give the rest away. At the very end of this, though, I mean, look at this catalog of stuff that he's created. This man is an absolute genius. I've got to get implant patches, and I've got to get the tracker, and I've got to get the mapping game, which I plan on doing as soon as I can. But the 7 books, I mean, each one of these books just made this game better and better and better, all the way up to book 7. Unbelievable. You're going to have on the back here, you're going to have your how you can play this game using random dungeons. So, but you play the story first, and then you can use this as a random thing, and you're going to have different encounters from the Rune Forge and so forth and so on. He gives you a sheet, which you can use that, or you can buy the paper if you like. And there was a couple things on the back here. Nope. You have some area markers that you want to do that you can use. So he has some things that you can use. But again, all you're going to need to go on your adventure is the D100 rulebook, and that's all you're going to need along with this. And then you're off and running. You're going to want to get your character have at least 10 adventures. You can have him do fewer, but it's going to be harder to progress. So you want to do the 5 beginning trials and then go on 5 different separate quests, and then you would have a seasoned enough guy, which we all have because we played this game a million times, that would take you forward. If you don't have that, well, break out your D100 Dungeon Book and get going and start the experience, and then you can get this and you can experience this. This is the book 2. This is book 2. The first adventure one was just as cool too. And you know, he just keeps reinventing things, not breaking it, but making it perfect. And this is what he does. So let's go up top, get my final thoughts on D100. I'll flip it over so you can see it. The Rune Forge, Adventure Book 2. You gotta love it. And you gotta love Martin. Wow. Wow. Now, one of the things I really like is what Martin has done is he's made it where you can utilize the mapping game, some of the cards that you may have. You know, if you bling this thing out, you know, like most of us has, you understand what I'm talking about and how beautiful this is, and really does. You know, 2 games that are very similar that came out around the same time, 4 Against Darkness and this. And for a while there, I always gave the edge to 4 Against Darkness because of how much content that there was continually being made, and you know, this, that, and the other. I've got to admit to you right now that I right now really believe in my heart of hearts that D100 Dungeon is the better game. And that'll reflect in my year-end, if we make it there, our year-end video of our top games of all time. Maybe, you know, sooner than that I might do it. But this game here, the 7th book, and how you progress, and things, the world builder, the imagination that Martin has shown in this entire series is a testament to Martin. This man, look what he's done with D100 Space. Okay, he's created a universe. He's created a fantasy game. When you think that, okay, he can't go any further, he can't do much more, he outdoes himself every single time. And every single time, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by this. I'm telling you right now, if you do not have D100 Dungeon, and you are seeing this for the first time, which I severely doubt, okay, it is a must-have. You know, we all scream about, you know, Wizards of the Coast and all the baloney that they're pulling. Hasbro, and they're holding one of the most endeared and most passionate games that people are very passionate about. Hell, there are channels that make a living off just Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, here you have a company that is trying to, you know, get you at every turn, get every dollar that they can out of you. And yet, when we want the very simplistic, not simplistic, but basic concepts of role playing, just a role play. We want to go on an adventure. We want to forget where we are and who we are. This is a perfect example of why we don't need Dungeons and Dragons. Not when we have people like this making tremendous and wonderful and awe-inspiring, just fantastic books. I can never dream this stuff up, nor could I ever claim to. There are so many people out there that are making such fantastic stuff, and yet we focus in on a company that really just, let's face it, we can never trust anymore. You'll see that video coming soon too. But I want to sing about the good things, and this book is just fantastic. And what it does, and how it does it. Genius. Always tweaking, always making things better, always making, not breaking it, not reinventing it, making the game better. D100 Dungeon, okay, book 7. Go to Drive-Thru RPG, download it or order it. Do both, I suggest, because this is special, and I mean it with all my heart. Martin, I love you. You're doing wonderful things. Keep it coming, my friend. Just keep it coming. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everyone.